My name is Yusuf Hassan. I'm currently the MP for Kamkunji in Nairobi County. I am now serving my 4th term. I am the most senior and longest serving Member of Parliament in Nairobi County. Before that, I was first a journalist. I started as a DJ at the KBC, radio and television. And then I moved on to work at the BBC in London. And for many years, I have been in international media, working in Africa, Europe, the Middle East. And then I moved on to the United Nations, where I worked at various levels in humanitarian affairs, in political affairs, emergency operations and refugee issues. I ended up being the senior advisor to 2 Secretary Generals. The first one is Kofi Annan, and the current Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, when he was the head of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. My interest abroad, I am interested in humanity, the progress of humanity, and I am passionate about making a difference in the lives of the people that I represent and the lives of people that I come into contact with. The person I have admired mostly and whom I have known personally, I was fortunate enough to meet in his lifetime, was Nelson Mandela. And I admire him because of his wisdom, because of his foresight, and for his humanity, and particularly for his long dedication to the freedom and the liberation of the South African people, the African people, and humanity at large. This is someone that is peerless in politics and in leadership that I have come to know and I have come to admire. I think my biggest focus, I consider myself as a change agent. And for me, I would like to first of all empower our youth to be able to be self-fulfilling and to be able to be agents of change in themselves and in their society. 2, to be able to develop and contribute to just and progressive legislation that is going to uplift and improve the lives of Kenyans. And 3rd, I would like to leave a legacy and a better Kamkunji and Nairobi and our country, a better place than I found it. Those are the 3 objectives that I'll be focusing on as a Member of Parliament and as a leader in Nairobi and in the country. It differs from day to day. For example, you could get up very early in the morning and you would be in a meeting to discuss the development priorities of your constituency. And then immediately also, the MP is just not a legislator. I think my primary duties and responsibilities are to legislate in the Parliament. But about a considerable time of my day and my work is taken by social issues. Issues of dealing with poverty, issues of dealing with personal problems, the social problems that affect the daily lives of Wananchi. For example, funeral issues, people who are stuck or are unable to meet their cost in hospital, kids who are not, whose parents are not able to take them to school because they don't have a job or the means to do so. And also dealing with many other social and issues in the constituency. And it can differ from day to day, but on every day that I go out, 90% of the cases that I deal with are social issues, social problems, socioeconomic problems that my constituents have. And they feel that the MP is the person who can provide guidance, support, and advice in terms of resolving those issues. Well, I have been a broadcaster, a DJ. I love music. I'm a great dancer, but now because of my disabilities, I am not as active as I used to be. I like debating. I have always been a great debater from my school. And of course, I have been a radical and an outsider. I've always fought for change almost my entire life. I was expelled from school at the age of 17. I have been involved in the underground political movement for change in our country. I'm a founder member of Kenya Mwa Kenya. Not many people know that. So I have been actively engaged in political activities before I became an MP. A lot of people think that I dropped from the sky one day and ran for Kamkunji. But I'm passionate about politics and about change. And that's what keeps me going. That's why I am in the kind of politics that I'm in. I probably would be a performing artist. For example, I write plays. I've been writing plays when I was younger. I'm a broadcaster by training, so I'll be maybe doing the kind of things that you're doing at the moment. No, I came from a very marginalized community and a very marginalized household. I wasn't a well-endowed person. Even at that age of 10, I was still barefooted. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. So I aspired to be a writer. I was a ferocious reader. And I wanted to express myself and tell the world who I am and champion my rights through writing. But I never aspired to be a politician. And even when I became an MP, I am an accidental politician. I don't consider myself as a politician. I did not get into politics to gain fame. I was already a well-known broadcaster and a journalist. I did not come into politics to enrich myself or to promote my self-interest and the interest of my family, or what some people might consider my ethnic or religious fellowship. I entered politics in order to be a change agent, to make a difference, and to impact on people who come from marginalized backgrounds like myself. Well, I want to say, I was just talking to someone, my favorite dish or my favorite thing is mandazi. And I was outside the country for many years, and two things that I couldn't get was mandazi and wimbi, unga or wimbi. I used to have porridge as a young kid in Western Kenya, and I couldn't get millet or unga ya kutengeneza mandazi, or someone who could make. So mandazi and wimbi are my two favorite comfort foods.
Great, that's really interesting.
I would be mostly at home with my family, enjoying an early breakfast, and then usually we would go for a walk in Karura Forest. And mostly we are a reading family, and I read quite a lot. We exchange ideas on what we're reading, and that is the type of Sunday that I imagine would be typical for me and my family.
Fantastic.
I want people to remember me as the humble representative who worked for the people of Kamkunji to the best of his abilities and made the visible differences that they see in the community, in our society, and in our constituency. I think the ability that I find are very useful as a broadcaster and as an advisor is good listening. You need to listen to your constituency. You need to be a good speaker, to be able to articulate your views so that it's understood, and also you're able to sell your ideas. Those are two critical skills. And the third one is to be able to draft and argue and speak out and stand up for your community, either in public forums or within Parliament. A simple, humble, nice person. Well, I would like to play a critical role in making, improving the socio-economic realities of the people that I represent. And in that sense, reducing the level of poverty, inequality, and maybe laying the foundation for a more fairer and more equitable society. I care about human rights. I care about democratic principles, democratic governance, and the protection, the promotion of fundamental freedoms. I have always fought for democratic rights, and I believe the most important thing that we can do for the people of Kenya is to guarantee their fundamental rights. Once you do that, the freedom of association, freedom of speech, these are basic liberal socialist rights, then any society can then get up, develop, and to be able to eliminate the threats of poverty, diseases, and ignorance. No, I don't play golf. I always consider golf to be an elitist sport coming from a lower level of society. I've never aspired to play golf for ideological reasons, but I used to do a number of sports like running, football. We play badminton at home with the kids and my family, and I enjoy football. I feel that you must overcome adversities. I'm always looking from where I came from. I'm looking at the darkness I came from, and I'm always pushing myself up to make sure that I don't slide back, and I move forward all the time. And I encourage all the people that I work with. I embrace them so that we can all get up together, lift up together for a better life and a better existence. What I would like to say to young people is that the change that you desire is within yourself. There is no change that can ever happen unless it comes from within you. And I think this has been the motto and the drive for me, in the sense that other people can help you. They can push you to achieve your goals. But nobody can create goals that can help you leap into success. So I'm saying focus on what you want to do. Work on it. There is no shortcut. You cannot learn a language in a day or two. You cannot change your life in a day and two. It is a marathon. It requires consistency. It requires discipline. It is repetitive, and it is time consuming. And unless you are able to commit to that, you're not going to change your life or the lives of your beloved ones. So I'm saying focus on it, work hard on it. There are no shortcuts. And only when you are up there can you be pushed to success. You know, they say that even eagles need to be pushed. Young eagles, when they're in their nests, stay until their mothers come and push them out so that they can fly to higher scales and succeed. So human beings are the same. You need to push yourself all the time. Nobody else can do it for you. You need to get up. You need to take the first steps, and you need to pace yourself up and finally run to win the race. So get it, you can do it. It is in you. You have the ability to do so, and I think you can do it. I have done it. Many other people have done it. Just get on with it and do it.